Last year, nearly 500,000 Texans left the Lone Star State. That's right, Texas, where it's a sin to drive the speed limit, is seeing a wave of residents packing up and heading out. But why? What can make people trade in their spot in one of America's most iconic states? Today, we're diving into this Texodus, if you will, and asking the big question, where are all these Texans going, and why? Texas is one of the most affordable states to live in the United States, right? There are 27 states ahead of it that are better for your bank. And if you're trying to buy a home, you better have one juicy wallet. Between 2019 and 2024, the median price of a single-family home in Texas has jumped nearly 40%. On top of that, Texas has one of the largest property tax rates in the nation. At 1.68%, the typical Texan shells out $3,797 in property taxes every single year. You could buy 447 corn dogs at the Texas State Fair with that. Now compare that to the average American, who only pays about $1,800 or 225 corn dogs. Ouch. And that doesn't even account for, the things you have to live in a house, like electricity. Yep, we gotta talk about that Texas power grid. You may not mess with Texas, but you sure can mess with its fragile power grid. Texas is the only state in the contiguous United States with its own power grid, the Electric Reliability Council of Texas, or ERCOT if you're nasty. You may remember how miserably it failed in February 2021, when an ice storm left 4.5 million Texans without electricity for days. You see, Texas's power supply isn't weatherized for the cold because, well, it's Texas, it's hot. But drop below freezing for a bit and boom, you're watching TikToks by candlelight until your phone dies, baby. But it's not just the cold weather. Between 2000 to 2023, Texas had more weather-related power outages than any other state. And worse yet, ERCOT says demand for electricity could nearly double in just 6 years. Why? Texas is overpopulated, y'all. As the second most populous state in the country, over 30.5 million people are competing for homes and school enrollments and parking spaces, and it's only getting worse as over 500,000 people pour into the state each year, trying to get a taste of that sweet golden hour that's quickly fading. Those 500,000 plus people aren't just vying for places to live either. They're driving to work, they're driving to the grocery store, they're driving to school pickup, they're driving just to drive. And Texas interstates are already a game of F-150 bumper cars without them. In fact, of the top 25 worst cities to drive in, Texas accounts for 4. Austin and Dallasites spend 49 hours each year in traffic, and Houstonites waste 56 hours behind the wheel. That's like 152 episodes of Parks and Recreation. So I hear you asking, where are all these Texans going then? Stop yelling. According to the numbers, if you're a big nerd, California, Florida, and Oklahoma. Yes, Oklahoma is in the mix with Hollywood elites and Florida beach bums. And when you dig a little deeper, it's easy to see why. Oklahoma is the 6th most affordable state in the United States. On average, it costs around $39,000 a year to live there, and the median home will run you around $100,000 less than it would in Texas. But it's not only way more affordable, there are 87% less people in Oklahoma, i.e. commutes are shorter, homes are more available, and you generally just have more room to breathe for a second. Less fish in the water also leaves more room for opportunity. Energy, agriculture, aerospace, manufacturing, and healthcare, jobs are always plentiful in Oklahoma's biggest industries. And thanks to the state's business-friendly policies, it's easier to start your own business if you'd rather go that route. In fact, more than half of Oklahoma's workforce either owns or works for a small business. And the best part, your paycheck stretches a lot further than it would in the Lone Star State. So, if you're a Texan who's sick of dodging traffic on I-35, sweating through another summer blackout, or watching your paycheck disappear into property taxes, you might just want to look at your northern neighbor. When it comes to greener and cheaper pastures, Oklahoma isn't just a great option, it's the clear winner. Who knows, life might even be Texas-sized right over the Red River. Hey, I'm Macy, this is Bug, and if you want to learn more about living in Oklahoma, be sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos like this.